Propel Fitness Water. With Gatorade electrolytes, zero sugar, and vitamins, Propel hydrates better than water to help you get the most out of your workout and get back to your best self. What propels you? Propel with Gatorade electrolytes.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on a DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries, now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
This message is brought to you by Apple Card. Shave ice by the beach. A trip to the state fair. And a throwback flick at the local drive-in. They're more than just items to check off the summer bucket list. They're also opportunities to earn 2% daily cash back when you use your Apple Card with Apple Pay. Apply for Apple Card now and use in minutes with Apple Pay. Subject to credit approval. Apple Card is issued by Goldman Sachs Bank USA, Salt Lake City branch. Terms and more at applecard.com.
Coach Unplugged is brought to you by great people over at teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. From the Fifth Quarter Studios in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to Coach Unplugged. Here is your host, Steve Collins.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. I guess for some of you it's still hump day. Episode 594, part 2 here of Brock and I kind of talking. But before we do that, I'd like to do a big shout out to our two sponsors. There's 3 sponsors. VO, we'll talk about it the mid-roll here, but teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It's one-stop shopping. It's you know, you spend 30, 40, 50 bucks for a video, or you spend $300-400 to go to a clinic. Why not spend, you know, a third of that, a fifth of that, a tenth of that, and then come join us in our community. Become a Teach Hooper. One-on-one calls, office hours. You will not be disappointed. And then go over and buy a shooting machine. If I was stuck at home right now and my son was a sophomore or freshman or a middle schooler, I would definitely get one of these. You know, he's graduating, going off to college, but I definitely would put one of these in my backyard or in my driveway, and because I know what it's done for him as far as becoming a better shooter. So go over and check it out, and let's head off to the podcast. The organized stuff will get easier as you do it more.
Right.
I was just talking.
Teacher will help, hopefully.
Yeah, it's like. Shoot, they don't teach you half the stuff you need the first time you walk into a classroom. Shoot. So you learn it. I mean, I was being observed a couple of years ago with one, and I've been teaching 30 plus years. And I told the principal that came in to watch me, I said, I finally feel like I'm hitting my stride. Like,
wow.
I think I got this. Like, now they throw internet learning on me on freaking, I'm not sure I got that, but, so that's the same thing with coaching. It's like you just you'll find your stride on it. But part of it, and this is why I said this summer really sucks for you, is part of getting a head job is networking. And, you know, because you never know who's going to open the door for you.
Right.
So that's why you want to try to get out and work. And I don't even know if this stuff's going to happen this summer. You want to get out and work camps. You want to volunteer. You want to do everything you can while you're going to school because I don't remember who told me this, but then I told my son this when he goes off to college next year. I said, every day you should meet a new person. Like every day you should try to meet a new coach that might open a door for you, might hire you, might say, hey, I got this guy. Like I'm trying to find a JV coach right now. Who am I asking? I'm asking other coaches. You know anybody good? Blah, blah, blah. Who should I hire? Da, 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 da. You know, because they're like kind of my AAA. And then they come up to me with me and my 3. So it's like, you never know. Someone throws a name, you know, I'll look into that. Da, da, da. So, you know, camps, networking, anything you can do for that in your area. If you're going to stay in the Chicagoland area, shoot, there's tons of jobs. But then you got to ask yourself, and then once you get the job, I'll take care of you. Cause I'm just working on a course for Teach Hoops that I got like interview questions, answers, all that stuff. So once we get to that point, I'll set you up. But that's the thing is you got to network to figure out.
Yeah. That part I don't mind as much. It's really just the X's and O's part I want to get better at.
Right.
And so does it matter what level that I coach on? Like whether Greater.
Doesn't matter if it's boys or girls. I mean, there's
Really?
obviously a difference between a third grade game
Sure.
and a middle school game and a high school. But once you get to I'd say seventh or eighth grade boys, or probably ninth grade girls,
Okay.
eighth or ninth grade girls, depending on the level. It's all going to be the same. It just doesn't matter. When you get below that, you're dealing with some deficiencies on both ends, that they can't do a last second. It's just they just conceptually can't do some stuff. Now, again, that's not true. You give me the top seventh graders in Chicago, I'm fine. But
right.
I'm talking the average. So
okay, and then the question I had, if you were like to prioritize like the first things that I should be learning, like X's and O's wise, as a new coach, like what would just to really build a foundation?
I would X's and O's. So I would try to find some games on YouTube and just watch some old games. The joy of watching basketball should change for you. Like I can't watch games as much as I used to because I watch it as a coach rather than for sheer enjoyment.
Right.
So that makes it harder. So that I would definitely do that. I would buy I'd buy Stuff by Dick DeVenzio. Have you read that book?
Dick DeVenzio?
Yeah, he's a PGC guy. I'd read that book. It kind of breaks down the game into real little pieces. I have all my players read that. So that would be a book it's a super easy read. It just breaks the game into little pieces that help you explain it to the kids. Like I'll give an example that I can do so if someone listens to this at some point. You never put the ball above your head. You never put the ball at your stomach, and you never put the ball between your legs. He refers to it as Statue of Liberty, pregnant, giving birth. Those kind of things.
Yeah.
Then you say it to the kids a couple times and quit being Statue of Liberty. They'll get it. It's just stuff like that. It's a great book for a coach that's just kind of starting out.
Yeah.
Let me give you a couple other books here.
Then like shooting too, like who's got like good ideas on like how to teach someone to shoot if they're like need help with that?
I mean, I can tell you how to do that. Shoot.
Really? So you don't have any, like
I mean, form stuff, it just depends. Now, I don't think any kid before seventh grade should shoot a 3-pointer.
Really?
No, I don't think they're strong enough for the most part.
Yeah, they're just using their whole body.
Doing this. And then the kid that just walked by that closed the door, I had to change his shot between sophomore and junior year. I had to spend a summer, 3 months, and basically break his shot down because he was doing this. He was shooting really well, but he was doing this. He wasn't strong enough. And then eventually he stopped growing. He got strong enough. And then we could actually put it in to where he still does a little bit of it, but the spin is so perfect, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So no, I mean, I can send you some clips on stuff like that. I mean, there's tons of ball handling stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, ball handling is actually overkill in our system. Yeah. Okay. You just need to be able to handle a rock efficiently. You don't need to be able to cross across. You need a move and a counter move, and that's it. Yeah. All the stuff that's on the web is great, and it makes people a lot of money.
But it does mixtape. You don't need.
Yeah, it doesn't make you a better basketball player. But what it does do is it makes you efficient ball handler. That's all. So if it's going to take that to make you an efficient ball handler, then do it. Hold on, I'm looking at my list of books here. I would. There's a couple leadership ones that I would read. I like Grit. I like the book Grit. That has a little bit to do with basketball, but it has to do with life. Practice Perfect I like a lot. Start with Why, which is actually a business book. Mm-hmm. But it's kind of, I always do that in reference to why am I doing specific things, kind of like how I've changed practice. The book you might want to read is Free Throws: The 7 Steps to Success. From the free throw line, there's some shooting stuff in there. Do you like math?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, like basketball. Have you read Basketball on Paper?
No.
It's basically Moneyball for basketball. So it's all the stats behind it. It's basketball on paper. I can send you a link to these. I mean, I have all my books here, but I've told you about.
That's good. This is a good start.
That's a good start. I'm just thinking, Coach K has a bunch of good ones. Oh, Lead for God's Sake is a really good one. And then, mindset, obviously, if you're going into education, you're going to hurt. You want a growth mindset rather than a fixed mindset. But, yeah, so, I can say.
You're a stats teacher, right?
I am.
So my question is, like, when I look at winning, to me, it's like, it's less numbers and more like, all right, this team's going to win because I could tell by the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's some number of things that do help.
Okay. So yeah.
There are like
how much you let that impact it over, like, all right.
I look at some stats, some things are deceiving, especially when you're dealing with a small sample size.
Right.
But over time, like, you can't shoot by mid-season. I'm going, you can't shoot a 3 anymore. Like, that's just
the percentage is garbage.
Right. Or your value point percentages. Yeah. There's a couple things, there's there's 4 basic ones, but we don't need to get into actual stats on it. But like turning the ball over is a big deal for me.
Right, for sure.
There's things like that you don't need to see a stat sheet to know. If you're turning the ball over, you can't play.
Sure.
Just because we can't score at that point. So those are some of the things.
My question, like, or my thought, like, and this is obviously without knowing and coaching as long as you have, but like, I feel like the most skilled team, like, should win most of the most skilled.
Well, it's the law of large numbers. If I'm better than you,
right,
I want more possessions. Right. So I'm going to press, I'm going to run, I'm going to go. If I'm not as good as you, I want less possessions.
That's what they'll do in, like, our conference. They'll just stall, like,
because it's the margin of error. It's basically a statistical thing. If there's less possessions, then the gap closes. If there's like when I was coaching Wesley or those guys, it's like I wanted a lot of possessions because I was better than you. I'm going to beat you most of the time if we have more possessions. Because at some point I'm going to make a run. If I'm not as good as you, then I want less possessions. It seems simple, but it's not. It's
right.
It can be that simple.
Yeah, and you said you've probably watched as much film as anybody, and so do you still watch as much film as you did?
I don't.
Okay.
I'm guilty of that.
Okay. No, I'm good. I'm glad to hear.
I don't watch as much film as I used to because, again, I hired people that would watch film for me, and then I watch what I need to watch. Yeah, I mean, I used to have to watch a lot more film just because of the way VCRs and tapes and. Now it's all up in the air and I don't have to watch as much. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't watch as much as I used to. I mean, maybe that's why we haven't won a state title in like 8 years. Blame me, but.
I was just wondering, like, how do you, with everything you do, like, how do you, like, still, like, have, like, a solid marriage and, like, be a good dad to your kids?
I married the perfect woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Well, my daughter doesn't even, I mean, she's going to be the star on Broadway someday.
Yeah.
So she'll come to games because she wants to hang with her friends, but she has no interest. And then my son loves the game. So him and I were able to do it together. So that that gave me my second wind, I think. Hey, everybody. I hope you're enjoying the podcast. Before we jump back in, I'd like you to stop right now, leave a review. Tell me what you're thinking about this. I would really love to hear it. They do mean a lot to us. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. But more importantly, go over and check out Veo. Veo is an affordable, portable camera that basically it does 180 degrees. It's easy to set up. It's easy to use. And right now, the nice people over there are giving you free shipping at $100 off. Boom, it'll be there. You can set it up. Ding, 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 ding. It's not like it has to get mounted. An electrician has to come. It's so easy to use. Veo.co/unplugged. When you check out, you'll use unplugged 100 off, and they'll give you $100 off. So we'll put that down in the show notes. All right, let's head off to the podcast. In coaching, it's a hard balance. It is. I don't fish. I don't hunt. I don't do the things I used to do anymore because I do this. But it's hard. And it's also finding people. The only reason I'm still coaching is because I found those 3 people that are my assistants. Like,
having great assistants.
If I was doing all that, and early in my career, I did it all myself. I did. And the reason I did, because I didn't trust anybody. I was paranoid. I thought everyone was trying to get me fired, blah, blah, blah. Now if they
think that's a good move as like a new coach to like do
if you trust them. You ever see what's that movie, not Meet the Fockers, but what was the one before that?
The Parents?
What was it called though? You know what I'm talking about?
I think I do, but I thought it was like Meet the Parents.
It is Meet the Parents. It is Meet the Parents. Remember when he talks about their circle of trust at the dinner table?
I can picture. I know that.
Yeah. Anyway, basically, your circle of trust gets very small when you become the head coach. So who you put in that circle of trust, you really have to trust them. I trust all 3 of my assistants. None of them really want my job. Great. Like, so. I'm going to try to hire a JV coach that wants my job because eventually I'll get out of it. So, but I think early in your career, you want to do as much as you can. You want to do all the scouting. You want to do all the practice prepping. You want to do all the bus hiring. You want to do all that early. And then as you learn, I can delegate because I know it needs to be done.
Because you did everything.
Because I've done it. Like, we're going to Florida for a tournament, and I just talked to my AD. I said, "Are we going to go? The world might be coming to an end. Are we going?"
Right.
I think you're going to go. He says you should plan like you're going. I go, perfect. Then what? So then I get the wheels moving with my parent rep and my assistant coach and all that, and it goes off my plate. Like, so they're already on that, and now I can go into something else. So. That's where, because I knew that's coming. I know I have to deal with it. I know I got to deal with buses. I got to deal with this. So all that stuff, I can just kind of check it off my plate.
So I feel like in the beginning when you first started,
you don't know.
You don't know. Like, you just have all these things coming at you, and you're just like,
and you don't know. There's no map for the snow day that happens, and they reschedule the game. So you got to cancel the bus. You got to reorder the bus. You got to find, all that stuff. And I love Post-its. Whoever invented Post-its was the best person ever. Because I have a little black. I do 2 things. I have these.
Wow.
So they're like little black. You can buy them on Amazon. You see what I do? So wrong way. So I carry these around with me, and they fit in my back pocket. And then I have Post-its. So basically, that's my life. Is the little black book. And my Post-its. And then when I think of something, oh crap, I got to do that. Or I'm walking the dogs, and then, I should do this play, blah, blah, blah. So I'm always kind of, these are old ones. I hate throwing them away. My recent one's sitting in my car right now. So it's just there. Ooh, I think about this. Oh, I got to think about buses.
You can get it out of your head.
I get it out of my head because otherwise I'm going to forget it. It's like, and it's like, I'm thinking, we couldn't do our banquet this year, our end of the season banquet.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Shoot.
So it's like, so I got that in there. So last night when I popped in my head, I wrote it down, and then I emailed my rep and my assistant. I said, hey, let's plan on doing like maybe a cookout or something this summer. We'll have just the varsity guys and their parents over to my house. We'll cook out. We'll have a celebration at the end of the season. If it doesn't work out, we'll figure something out. But let's plan on that. And then poof, it's off my plate. So everybody does it differently. That's how I compartmentalize. Otherwise, I got a little whiteboard over there. It's like, gotta pay the property taxes by the end of the month. Like, it's just stuff that when you're a dad and a coach and a teacher, and you got all this stuff kind of coming at you. You got to figure out how to compartmentalize it. So, but it gets easier. I mean, it used to drive me bonkers.
Right.
Yeah.
I see that already sometimes, was just like the struggle to be present. And like, my wife will ask me, like, what are you doing right now? And she's like, oh, I'm just thinking about sports. Like, or thinking about something that like she wouldn't even understand if I like explained it to her.
You have a dog?
No.
We
don't have kids yet either. So
you don't have kids. So that helps. So I try to get a job, a coaching job as soon as possible. I got one. I became the head coach. My wife only has known me as a head basketball coach.
Wow.
Knew me. We were dating when I was an assistant. But I got the job October of our first year married. We got married in July, and I got it in October. So she's only known me as one thing, which helps.
Right.
Like, there's only been one world in our world, which is good. But yeah, I mean, the reason I asked you if you have a dog, because that's kind of where I go process. I take the dogs for a walk, and I put my AirPod and I listen to a podcast, or I just listen to nature and walk the dogs, and that's where I'm like thinking about my team, thinking about the stuff I got, thinking about that. Then when I come back, I just shut it off, kind of thing.
So that you're like that you give yourself, even if you go on the walk and it's like maybe not productive, so to speak, but you're at least having those like anxious thoughts that you do as a coach. You
do. Yep. And then so that's the first thing. And the second thing is you got to find out, is your wife an early riser or a late person?
Early riser. I'm a late person. She's an early riser.
Okay, so then I do like 8 o'clock in our house. My kids are downstairs. I have 2 high school level kids. They're downstairs. One's playing Xbox, one's in the movie room, whatever. They're downstairs. My wife's upstairs. From 8 till midnight's me. Like 8 to midnight's me. I'm working on teachhoops.com. I'm watching my film. I'm doing, like yesterday, we started cleaning our basement. I've got 3 big boxes of old bills. I'm just going through them, watching a movie. So that's my time. So that's what you got to figure out, how to carve out your time.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll have been at 10. I'll be up till like midnight most nights.
Yeah, so that's got to be that's got to be your 2 hours. Like, I'm going to do an hour of basketball, an hour of just vegging and watching The Office and whatever, grading papers, doing what I have to do. Yep.
That's good. See, so that'll actually work out, because originally they're like, that's not good that you guys have opposite kind of a lot, But
no, I think it's good. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you want to have kids, it won't be great. But if you want to have kids someday, you might want to get on the same schedule. But yes. But even when you have kids, it will shift a little bit, because you'll be an early morning person when you have kids.
Right.
So, but they'll be in bed and she'll be tired. Then you still will have it, but it won't be 10. It will be like, 8:30 to 11 kind of.
Right.
Because the kids will be up at 5. So that just shifts. And now my kids, like, I get up now, like with everybody with this new norm we're in now, I get up at like 7, like I'm going to work. And from 7 to 9-ish, 10-ish, they're not moving, because they were up late too. And then, so that's my time. And then they get moving. We spend the day together. And then about 8, I get another window to get stuff. I'm getting a lot done.
Right.
But I also have independent kids at this point that can kind of go do their own thing. So.
Yeah. I think at this point, you are coaching your son, right?
Yeah. So he just finished. He's going off to Middlebury in September. Hopefully. We're hoping.
Yeah. So how was that? Like, I've talked to different coaches about what it's like coaching your son. It's on the high school level. It's got to be even more.
It was good.
Okay.
It was truly one of the joys of my life. It was, and he worked really hard to play.
So it's not like they could have ever said like, this was a given, because.
No. I mean, and to be honest with you, I didn't start him. I could have. But I didn't. I mean, I did early, and sometimes I did, and there's sometimes I didn't. And it's like, well, you're my kid.
He understood.
Yeah, I mean, he was pissed. He wanted to start, which is good, because he's my kid. I want him to be pissed.
Right.
But yeah, it was good. It was a roller coaster at times. But they just did a piece on us for the local news, and it was like, we had a rule that once we got in the car, we never spoke of basketball unless he brought it up. So as soon as we got in the house, it was done. Like, he brought it up, I talk about it, but otherwise I wouldn't talk about it at all.
Wow, that's good. Kind of set boundaries.
Yeah. So we'd leave it at school. Poor kids. He has me in class for AP stats too. So me a lot.
What's happening with the AP test? That's what I was wondering.
They're doing online 45 minutes.
Oh, so it's way shorter.
Way shorter. They're getting rid of some of it. I don't know. I don't even know what's happening to grading. Trust me, the suburban Chicago parents are freaking out right now. I'm sure. the Libertyville parents are freaking out, I'm sure, because Johnny needs to go to Harvard.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
The other thing I was always wondering, like, in terms of how much in-game coaching happens during a high school game, and then how much is it like already baked before the game? Like
a lot of it goes during the game. Depends on the coach.
Oh, really? I always thought it was like the game's already set. Like, there's not much. Okay. No. So what are like the biggest?
A lot of counters. I mean, there's people in our league that will run the same thing every year, and there's people that will it's about breaking up patterns. It's about breaking up routine. It's about let's say you come down and score 3 straight times against my 1-3-1. Well, then I'm going to change up. I'm not going to stay in it.
Yeah, it'd be stupid.
It's not working. So it's part of it's reading. There's a nuance to subbing. There's a nuance to change. There's a nuance to, and some people don't do it. Don't get me wrong. It's the bell-shaped curve too. It's like the stats teacher. Most of the coaches are in the middle. There's a handful of exceptional ones, and there's a handful of really bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
So most of them are in the middle. Some, they kind of. But I think high school, you have to learn to adjust. Prime example is in our heyday, I was up and down, blah, blah, blah. And then 3 years ago when we went to the state tournament, we wanted to be in the 40s because I had, an Ivy League center, Chris Nay, who's playing at Dartmouth right now. We had three guys over 6'5". We wanted to grind you. So it just depends on the team. Am I going to grind? That's why you got to be. Yeah, you got to first all stick with the times, and then you also have to be able to change because you're given your talent.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think listening to your podcast and kind of how you coach, it seems like I would call it like a Belichick approach in terms of like he'll change week to week what he does. He's the best. He's been one of the best coaches ever, and I think like he's willing to change his offense every year or change a certain thing given the talent he has.
Well, I can tell you we're not going to do what we did last year next year because I just know the team that's coming. It'd be silly. We're going to do some things that are similar. Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that podcast. If you did, please go over and leave that 5-star review on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Acast, wherever you listen to these podcasts. Also, go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. It is my baby. Learn all my secrets of how I was able to win 80% of my high school games, 3 state titles, multiple conference championships. Let me help you through this great journey we call coaching. All right. Have a great day.
This episode is brought to you by ChatGPT. Hey, it's Bill Simmons from the Bill Simmons Podcast. Have you guys heard about ChatGPT work? It's the new way to use ChatGPT for bigger multi-step projects. And when you need more than just answers, give ChatGPT work access to your apps and files, and it can create real work documents like spreadsheets, slides, and structured reports. Get started at chatgpt.com by selecting work mode, available on Plus and Pro plans.
Meet the Red Bull Dragonberry Energizer. It's one of the many new drinks out now. Who knew ice cold drinks could be so fire? Try them all, only at McDonald's.